You straight up cuckooed that dude, bro. Oh my God.
You've got all your Charger gear on because
I look good. I got big energy every day. Let's go!
And he is dicked.
Blind squirrel finds a nut every once in a while.
That's right.
You have to love what you're seeing on tape if you're a Chargers fan, especially for the future with Justin Herbert.
On the move and throws and touchdown.
Players, coaches, staff, fans, together we can create something truly special.
Stay tuned for some good content.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Charger Chat. I'm your co-host, Wooldog, sitting with my buddies, Kev, Hug, and Duggan.
Hey, guys. How's it going?
And Kyle, the coach, Duggan.
What is up, guys?
You got emo.
So emotional.
It's,
You've got emo Kyle this episode. It's going to be good.
Kyle has gone full emo, folks.
I'm going to go on Twitter and I'm just going to vomit my feelings about how much I hate the run defense and how much our coach went from being genius to now an idiot overnight.
All right, let's not.
JK, LOL, not going to happen here, boys.
Not today.
Step it up, boys.
Yeah. Well, folks, to forewarn you, boy, the first episode back from the Cleveland Browns game, I lost my voice, and so that was the struggle. Now I feel like I'm coming down with a bit of strep throat, so I've got another sore throat. So I've got my trusty tea with me again. So I apologize if I don't bring the big energy, but I'm trying to not wreck myself before I check myself.
The bong load is going to be a tea special.
It's going to be a special herbal blend, if you know what I'm saying. All right, folks. Geez, man, like this game, like, okay, we walked into this game knowing it was going to be tough. We knew this was going to be a tough game.
Yeah.
And we just weren't expecting the result that it ended up being, because, man, that was tough. It was
a different team. We've been in every single game we played in. Even the games we lost, it came down to the last second. We were never once in this game. So, like, I made an analogy. It was like going to an amusement park. Like, we're always on this roller coaster where it's like, oh wow, we're winning, we're losing. We didn't even get into the amusement park in this. This game.
That's not true. We were on like the teacups, vomiting while the Matterhorn was going. And we're like, I want to be on the Matterhorn.
I wish I was taller. Mom, put stuff in my shoes. I want to be a big boy.
We were on the roller coaster going up, and then the ride just broke down before we went down the
They
first
made us
hill.
get off.
We had to walk off, and and the park closed partway through. So,
but you know what we got? We got that free ride pass for later in the year. We did. See those Ravens in the playoffs.
Catch that shit in.
Yeah, we'll show up then.
That's right. Man, it just it was just kind of a rough game, folks. It was unfortunate, but it is what it is. Well, before we get too far deep into this, folks, we want to start this off. I mean, we get the negative stuff out of the way. We need to we got to switch this back, get this back on a positive road.
Hell yeah.
Positive lane. There's a positive off ramp. We got to get on it.
Yeah.
Folks, this was kind of another unexpected deal, but we want to announce that we are doing another game giveaway.
Game
My
with Wooly,
afternoon with Wooldog.
Yeah,
that's right. Another afternoon with me.
So it turns out
Wooldog. That's
I had no idea.
Me and Kevin get season tickets, and Adam goes to every game with me.
I don't understand how this works, but apparently, yes, we're the next game. Obviously, we've got a bye week coming up, but the game right after that is against the New England Patriots. That is a Halloween game. I will be going.
That's the reason I couldn't go to this game. I couldn't leave the kiddos on Halloween.
Same. I could not take them trick or treating.
Yeah, these family guys,
losers.
L7
weenies. So I need some dates yet again, folks. Part 2. I need some compadres to come with me to this game. New dates. Yes,
fresh dates.
Matt, Albert, I love you.
But you can't come, Albert. You can't come, Matt.
Matt, yeah, I'm tired of you blowing up our Twitter.
I don't know what you're doing to
everybody else.
Yeah.
So we want some new fresh butts in those seats, folks. So we will be giving away 2 tickets and a parking pass to join me at the Patriots game. All you have to do is reply to our show post, whether that be Twitter or Instagram,
or Reddit,
or maybe even YouTube. I think we'll open it up to YouTube as well.
Sure, just throw them wherever you take us in.
Wherever you see our
there.
show, wherever you see this show being posted, leave a comment and tell us why you would be the right person to go to this game, and we will announce the winner on our next Tuesday's episode. So you got a week to get in a reason.
And I didn't talk to the guys about this, but let us know what costume you will wear to the game, being that it's Halloween.
There you go.
Or what costume Adam should wear. Adam,
that
AKA
too.
Bulldog.
Yeah. Hey, first of all, I'm on a budget. Number 2, I'd love. Yeah, let's spice it up. Let's throw some Halloweenness into it. If you guys are planning to go to this game in a particular costume, let me know so I can plan accordingly. And maybe dress up as
what's a good trifecta?
A third wheel. Oh, maybe I'll just be
like
a third
the Hocus
wheel.
Pocus witches.
Oh God!
All 3 of you.
There's a lot of good trifectas out there.
Yeah, there's a lot of good. Three Stooges. There's a lot of options out there. I obviously could be Curly, so it is a bearded Curly. Whoop, 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 whoop. So, anyways, we will announce it in a week. If you want to come with me to a game, we've got 2 tickets and a parking pass, and just like before, you got to be able to get yourself to the game. We're not flying you out. We're not putting you in any hotels. You got to get yourself to the game, and you cannot sell these tickets. I swear to God, if I walk into that stadium and there's 2 Patriot jackasses sitting next to me, I have a very particular set of skills. And I will find you. And I will give you such a noogie. And was there any other stipulations? I feel like I'm forgetting something.
Oh, that was it.
Just remember the COVID protocols.
Yeah. Oh, the COVID protocols too. Yes.
Or negative test.
Yes. You'll have to either be vaccinated or proof of negative test. I think it's 72 hours prior to the game.
Right.
So make sure you can handle all of that, and sitting next to me, of course. If you can handle sitting next to me, then we would love to have you enter and go to this fabulous game.
And one day, Kyle and I will actually attend a game.
Yeah, maybe.
One of these days, yeah.
Who knows? Maybe not soon.
We'll find out. Maybe we'll have some contest where you could join Kevin or Kyle. But they've got these families and everything like that. So, I mean, whatever. Sounds overrated in my opinion. All right. Well, let's take a look at some of the tweets that came after this game. Gilbert Manzano talked to Derwin James. Derwin James said, being 4-2, we're not mad at the world. The world is not over. It's a lot of football still left to be played. Chargers will be off next week with a bye.
Yeah, that's the thing that's throwing me off, man. It's like, the problem is that we came in so hot and everyone was loving on us, this like new rush of fans and all this stuff. And we just laid a fucking egg.
Yeah.
And it's just like, that makes it hard. It's just but it's not over. Still 4-2.
No. We're 4-2. We all wanted to be 500 into the bye, and we thought that would be great.
Right.
So 4-2, we're sitting pretty, but it's a matter of it's not an L. Like it's not just we have 2 losses. That's not like that was a loss. That was a not good. You know what
just
I mean?
Not
like watching
good game.
It. So it's just kind of no matter how, even if we were like 14-0, you play like that, you're gonna be like, oh God, that doesn't make
what happened? Jesus.
Excited. Yeah. But you know what happened last time we laid an egg? What happened last year when we got absolutely demolished by the Patriots?
We lost again, right? I think we won every game after that.
I think a 15-2 season is on the horizon, boys.
That's right.
Boys.
I'm all about it.
Shamelessly positive.
Last time we got smacked, we turned around. That corner got turned and things got bright. So here we go.
Herbert gets quietly pissed off. So just give him his quietly pissed off game and then let him come back and just murder everyone.
We all need to start pissing him off. Like if you ever see him in a grocery store, make sure to put your cart behind his car. It was really piss Herbert off. He just play so good.
I hope Gabe Neighbors is listening so he can take
He just
care
has
of
a
that
line.
for us.
Justin parks at the grocery store. He comes back. There's a line of like 400 carts behind his car.
Oh, it makes me mad. I gotta kill these Patriots.
Herbert angry. All right. And then Fernando Ramirez tweeted out that Tristan Vizcaino leads the NFL with 5 extra points missed this season.
Dude, he's leading.
I mean, you make it sound like it's a good thing. He leads the league.
He leads. He's the winner.
He is the best.
He is very nice. Since the extra point was moved back in 2015, the record for the most misses in a single season is 7.
We're almost there.
We're on pace.
Good thing we didn't score any more touchdowns against Baltimore. We could have beat that record.
That was the one thing that was really frustrating, is seeing everybody tweeting about Michael Badgley and like, oh, he was perfect and he did such a good game. Don't you guys miss him?
No,
because he missed when he was with us. So it's like, if he was great when he was here, then of course we'd miss him, because we'd be like, why'd we let him go? But no, it's just obviously finding a good kicker, like Justin Tucker, is just really tough to find in this league.
Yeah, clutch guys. Yeah, it's all Coach talked about it. It's like mental. This is a mental thing,
right?
How do you get over that? How do you fix that mental side of the game?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't think threatening their job makes them play any better.
Help.
So, and it just sounds like this staff, like I said last week, it just doesn't feel like they're going to get rid of him. Like, it was unfortunate that he missed that kick. And it's also unfortunate that we never got in the end zone or anywhere near a place that he could try again to even the day. That's a positive way to look at it. I'm getting real close to not being able to be on this Vizcaino train anymore.
Positive Vizcaino train. Yeah.
As positive I want to be about the situation. Like, I am so close to just like, I can't. You can't lose this game because we missed one extra point.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, it's just not acceptable.
Right.
Yeah. Luckily, it hasn't lost us a game yet, but that doesn't mean it's not going to.
Coach has to go balls out and go for 2, like all this crazy stuff. So
yeah. Well, and we're making this kind of like, positive sandwich. We'll talk about something positive. Maybe something needs to be worked on. And we'll come back to something positive.
It's a multi-layer.
Yes, we're going back and forth.
It's like a teeter-totter.
One of the positive
things. We got to find our median at the end.
Yes, we'll all bring it back to the middle here. Okay. But one of the positive things that I guess did come out of this game, who thought there was one? Justin Herbert is now over 6,000 career passing yards, eclipsing the mark in his 21st game, becoming the second fastest player in the NFL history to do so. Patrick Mahomes did it in 19 games. So
it's crazy. Just
a reminder of how tough this division is with these two quarterbacks playing, just playing great.
Yeah. And I don't know. I saw one comment. I don't know if it's widespread yet, but if you start chirping about Justin Herbert not being elite because of one game, shame on you.
You're getting your card revoked.
Shame on you.
Shame.
Yeah.
That was a team L. That was not a Justin Herbert had a terrible game.
No.
He was off on a couple balls. There was drop passes. There was not being able to run the ball. It was a whole team thing.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
Don't all of a sudden now say, oh, he's got stuff to work on. Come on.
Well, and I totally get the fan reaction of being pissed off and wanting to point fingers and get all pissy.
Yeah.
Do it. Be you. Do what you got to do. But at the same time, like, don't be upset when other people are like, I'm not going to throw people under the bus for just because I'm upset. Like that. Yeah, just not everyone works that way. So, and don't let people that are super negative bring you down either. Like, they're just
that's an easy road to fall down.
It's just a lot easier just to deflect. Just be dude. If that's how you deal with it, power to you. But it's not for everybody.
No, and honestly, like if you look, I think Bolt Beat was the one that made the tweet about all the other previous Super Bowl winning teams that just had bad losses in their season as a reminder that like one game does not define the season or the team.
Right.
No. It was just a bad game. And if anything, gave us at least an insight into what could potentially be a playoff game. We could see these guys again in the playoffs. And I think it was not last year, but the year before, when we saw Baltimore, we got our butts spanked in the regular season, but then the playoff game came around and Chargers came to play and kicked their butts in the playoffs. So
it's true.
Anything can happen. It's an any given Sunday situation. Anything can happen.
NFL,
and it's the NFL.
The Ravens lost to the Raiders in week 1. It's like it's just every week to week. It's so difficult to be. I don't know. I guess you're right, Kevin. I don't want to call people out. It's just it's hard to be a fan if you get that emotional and that snap judgment-y. For me, I can't do that. Like I don't think I would survive the season if one bad game caused me to like, it's just, I don't know. For me, that's just not a fun way to be a fan.
Because when was the last time there was an undefeated team? It's been a long time.
Right.
It's been a very long time. Losses are going to happen. It's just how we handle it and how the team handles bouncing back from it. I think if you're going to lose like this, do it before the bye week. So you have 2 weeks to recharge, pun intended.
And we
2 weeks to think about it, sit in that, and then, get better.
And we all agree that there's stuff that they need to get better at. Like,
absolutely.
We're not going to sit here and say
we are far
this
from
team's
a perfect
team.
And
Hell no.
No.
Yeah.
And looking at the other side of the ball, Lamar Jackson apparently had his worst game of the season. He only went for 19 for 27, passing with 167 yards, a touchdown, and 2 interceptions.
So our secondary is legit. Like, you can clearly see that our defense is good on the back end. Like those guys and what he's doing and how he's playing, what they're doing and how they're playing, like that is one of the strengths of our team. Like these quarterbacks are not doing that great, but they just ran all over us whenever they felt like it.
Everybody knows that we struggle with the run, and they take advantage of that 100%.
They're attacking. And, Coach said in his post-gamer, like they didn't have any big plays. I think their goal was to just minimize big plays, which they did for the most part.
Right.
But we barely had time of possession in that game. They just held the ball the whole time.
That's when they run on us like that, they definitely maintain the clock. But on the other bright side, folks, that we need to look at here is that the Chargers will face the 4th easiest schedule to close out the remainder of the season. These first 6 games were tough teams. These were tough teams that we were going up against. And obviously, like the Dallas game, we were so close in. I mean, we beat ourselves in that game. And this Baltimore game was just a bad game. That's really all it was. But looking at the other wins, like the other 4 games that we played, like we won those games. Like, and we were, like Kyle mentioned earlier, we were expecting to go into this bye week or hoping to go in this bye week, 500, 3 for 3. But now we're going into it 4 for 2. And if you look at the remainder of the schedule, you've got New England, Philadelphia, Minnesota, Pittsburgh, Denver twice, Cincinnati, New York, Kansas City, Houston, and Las Vegas. These are all attainable games. Like none of them are going to be gimmies. We know not to be in that mindset that these are going to be easy games necessarily, but they're gettable. We can get this. We can make this happen.
Yeah.
So something to be excited about.
The standard's been set. Like, you come in and you play these 10 very good playoff caliber teams to start your season. And then you start stepping, it's not that they get way worse. It's just the quality level across the board on these other teams isn't what we've been facing. And I think our stuff's going to, the little things that were killing us are going to maybe level out a little bit. It might make it a little easier to move forward, but they still got to get better every week.
And get healthy.
Got to get better.
And get healthy.
We got a couple. We're gonna come back out of this bye week healthy, hopefully, with a couple of guys back.
Yeah,
big.
It is a big deal. And you know what else is good, folks? Our good folks over at Symbol. That's right. Symbol is our sponsor for this episode. They are the stock market for sports that allows you to trade sports teams like stocks and earn cash payouts when your teams win. Symbol has blended sports and the stock market to offer you a new way to invest in and profit off your favorite teams without the high fees and high losses of gambling. Use your sports knowledge to buy low, sell high, and earn cash payouts when your teams win. Join the 7,000 plus early adopters who have started to invest in their favorite teams. Visit www.symbol.com. That's SIMBULL.com to create a free account. And when you deposit, make sure you use the promo code ChargerChat to make your deposit risk-free. Even if you lose money, Symbol will refund your initial deposit in the first 90 days. Join Symbol and start investing and profiting from your favorite teams. All right, Kev, how we doing?
Well, we didn't get the payout this week, but we're sitting tight. We have a couple other teams.
We're maintaining.
Neither one of we're maintaining. We're feeling good. Usually in this situation, you'd bet on your team and then you would be down a lot of money, and we just our stock went down a couple cents, so we didn't get that payout. But
that's okay.
I'm holding fast.
Absolutely,
we'll come back.
We're
keeping
these shares.
As we mentioned, the remaining schedule is very doable, so we should see the stocks. We got 10 more games to get through here, so
payouts, baby.
Let's see it happen. Love it. Go to symbol.com. All right. Well, looking now at the post-game pressers with some of these guys. Let's start it off with Justin Herbert. He said, I think we've played some really good teams, and I think the bye week comes at a really good time, allows our guys up front to get their legs back and to have a week of rest and enough time to watch the film and go back over it because there is a lot of good film. There's a lot to learn from, so it will be a good teaching lesson for us.
He's already moved on to the next game. He's ready to go.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know that you learn necessarily that much from a win. I think you're going to learn a lot more from a loss as far as what it is that you got to shore up and get better at.
Sure.
So trying to spin shamelessly positive.
Spin it.
Looking over at Kaiser White, who had a bit of a game, said playing those good teams early and seeing how we compete against those guys, we know what kind of guys we got. We will be better moving forward for sure. The feeling is we know we are still a good team, and it's just get back to the drawing board. We got the bye week coming up, regroup, then come back out against the New England Patriots and do what we do.
There you go. Yeah, I don't know. Like
it's the right mentality to have, right?
Yeah, there's not a whole lot you can say after L like that. So it's like, hey, we're gonna learn from it. We're gonna get better, and we're gonna move forward. That's all you can really say.
Right. Yeah, I mean, and honestly, like the one real good thing to take away from this post presser and seeing the way that these guys are reacting is you're not getting those like post pressers like Baker Mayfield being like, yeah, I think we or Derek Carr. Like those guys were just like mopey and angry and
yeah.
And these guys, like
talking
they're not
smack
happy
about the other team,
but they're aware that like, hey, we've got some deficiencies. We got to get better at it. And then Brandon Staley said, in a game like that, when it gets away from you a little bit, but you can tell a lot about your QB. I thought he was strong with the ball. I thought he took care of it. I really liked the ball he threw to Jared Cook on the interception. I thought it was a really good ball location. I thought he was strong. The pockets were tight. There was a lot of pressure, and I thought he hung tough. We need to do a better job playing around him. I thought Justin hung tough and gave us a chance. It's just a tough game, man. Just a bad game.
Now they got a lot of pressure, and Storm Norton probably had his worst game of the season.
Yeah, it was a rough game for Storm.
He was just always under pressure. There was never a moment where he had a couple moments where he, was in the pocket, and it's just whenever he throws that deep ball, dude, I'm like, oh, we're going to get a touchdown. As soon as it leaves its hand, it's just like, and just those usually connect and they're touchdowns, and he's just slightly off the mark this game. Just what is what it was.
Right. It was on both sides. Justin had a couple bad throws. Our guys, our wide receivers, man, they just could not catch those balls. And I don't know what the issue was there, but in weeks prior, we're used to seeing these guys catch it. For whatever reason, this week just had a rougher time with it.
Tomfoolery.
Yes. Well, if you're looking for any other tomfoolery, folks, you should go to chargerchat.com, where we have a members section. Lots of tomfoolery going on in that members section on our page.
Tons of tomfoolery.
Tons of lots of foolery. And a lot of you have already joined, and the group chats have already started. So please feel free to head over there and sign up. And don't forget, folks, winter is coming, and we just added some new sweatshirts to our store. I finally was able to wear my Charger Chat hoodie today, and it was...
How did it feel?
Oh, it was so comfy. It's just been sitting in my closet. Like I bought it summertime, like one day I will wear you. And today was that day. They really are. They're just so soft and comfy. So go to chargerchat.com, folks. Pick up some hoodies and some sweatshirts. All right, folks. Well, now it's time to go on to our next segment. It's Fan Focus. Let's see who it is.
All right, guys, we are back with another Fan Focus, and we're super pumped to have Bryan from San Diego. What is going on, brother?
Hey, how's it going, Kevin? Thanks for having me along.
Oh, dude, our pleasure. We're super pumped to chat with you. We've been interacting a lot this last year, so I'm pumped to actually meet you like this. This is awesome. So, all right, dude, you know the drill. How did you become a Charger fan?
Originally, I'm from LA and stuff, so, I had some family influence me to be a Cowboys fan. So in 92, we moved over here to San Diego. And then, just trying to hang out with people, trying to meet friends, this and that. Went to a local church. They had a youth group. And all of a sudden, hey, come hang out. We're going to go see the football game, Oh, yeah, who's playing? Cowboys? Like, no, you're crazy, dude. Like, what's it called? It's the Chargers, man. Oh, okay, let's go check it out. Let's see what's up.
Yeah.
All those guys back in the day, Sal and, and all of them. Obviously, Sal is a standout from the 92.
Oh, yeah.
After that, started being hooked after a while, just, thing to do, new friends, blah, blah, blah. And obviously the big bug happened in 94. So
sure,
that craziness all happened and stuff, everything just went nuts. And ever since then, I got the bug and been a fan ever since, man.
That's awesome. Yeah. You've been around for a while. That's kind of when I got rolling right around that time. I was a younger guy and, it's been my life ever since. So we're same thing. So we're on the same page. So, let's talk briefly. We don't have to go too in depth on it, but your thoughts on the last game against the Ravens. Like, it clearly did not go our way. What did you take out of that game?
What could we? I mean, there's a lot to just, we already had problems with the running game, stopping the running game and stuff. We thought we were going to have a big challenge against Lamar and stuff, but I think we held him pretty in good check, running wise and throwing wise and stuff. But just that run defense just wasn't enough to stop their 2-3-headed running backs and stuff.
Yeah, that was rough.
The amount of drops too from our wide receivers are, from Cook, from Allen, from Williams and stuff, like, our big guys, those big three, like, just, I don't know what happened. I don't know if it was nerves or what. I mean, there was balls, there were catchable balls. I felt like it, and it just was on the ground for some strange reason. So a lot of take in, the kicking game. Obviously, it's always been a problem, but it is what it is. Hopefully, with the bye, we sort that out a little bit. We got to get in there. We got to get the pressure, this and that. But obviously, Lamar was going to be a tough guy to contain and stuff. But I thought it was possible. But, since we had that extra day off and they had that Monday night and stuff, but nope, wasn't enough. And
that was a tough one, man, where it was just like we kept getting in our own way. Like, we'd get the ball back and you're going to have to go, toe to toe with them. We just couldn't do it that Sunday. And feels kind of like we should just kind of leave that. I went back and watched it again today. There's really not much you can get from that game. Across the board, just did not work out.
It sort of felt like, the last year's Patriots game a little bit. It's like, really?
Yeah.
And just like, I don't know. And then, I think it might be a good thing, having this motivation going into the game against the Patriots and stuff. So like a little payback, a little like, salty from this loss and stuff, so double, a lot of motivation behind it. And I think they could probably get it done and stuff this time around.
Yeah. And I think, us fans are pissed off and we're ready to go back and watch some football. I guarantee you these players are pissed off and they're going to be pissed off for 2 weeks. Yeah. So, we'll find ways to get positive about it, but I think that's it. And we're still 4-2, so that's a good thing. So
exactly,
like you were saying, we're going up against the New England Patriots next week. Like, what are your thoughts on, once we get back at it, the season carrying forward?
I think we'll bounce back, pretty well against the Patriots and stuff, especially with Bill Belichick. It's just sort of hard to know what's going on in his mind or who is going to be his, main two guy. They went to overtime against the Cowboys, so that was crazy.
Yeah, they're just a different team every week. It feels like they're either really good or they're really bad. It's just kind of hard to tell with the Patriots.
But yeah, that's the Patriots' MO, especially with Bill Belichick. It's just like what head of this monster is gonna try to devour us, and you always feel like the receivers just like nobodies, and all of a sudden they just get those catches and makes those plays and stuff. I mean, because it's a great nod to the coach Belichick.
No, for sure. So let's go out of here on this. Like, you've been a Charger fan for a long time, man. What's your most memorable Charger moment?
Oh, there's so many of them and stuff. But obviously it's got to be, hanging out with the little ones and stuff like that. I have 2 little ones. So going to the game with them, I mean, I can't pick any of them because, there was one game where it's like, my little now 7-year-old with one on the way, tailgating all together, me and the fiance, big little brother in the belly of mom and stuff like that, running around. I'm grilling. He's trying to help me out grill and stuff, right there in queue. Man, it was just awesome memories, especially, family memories, obviously, it's all about family, you know. If family, football, you know, everything else just settles into place, you know.
I love that. That's a great way to look at it too, because like all the games can come and go, but the memories with your family, and I'm looking forward to it. I get to take my son to a game here pretty soon, his first LA game, so I'm pumped about that. So awesome.
Yeah, I saw your little post on with the KC game over there with him, running around.
Yeah,
so
he's our good luck charm so far. He's 1-0 at Charger games, so I got to try. I might just try and ship him out to random family members to take him to the game, just so we can keep this thing rolling.
Exactly. Send him to your brother. Hey, can you keep an eye on him? Like go get a win out there.
Just take him in. He's good luck. Just take him in. I'll hang out here with the other brothers. But oh man, it was awesome chatting with you. Thank you so much for your time, Bryan. And
Thank you, Kevin.
enjoy your bye week. Hopefully you take it easy, and you know we'll get back into football in a week and a half or so.
Yeah, I don't know what to do now.
What do I do? What do I do with my hands? I know.
Exactly, man. Like, oh man. Could the social media team do something for us on Sunday? You know, a little mock little game or something? Because
I love it.
We're just hungry. Just want to be back on that field. We want to see those guys back out there and just tearing it up again, you know?
For sure.
And hopefully pause it all the way to, you know, to the playoffs and even higher than that. I don't want to say too much. I don't want to jinx them, you know, so early.
No, I'm same thing, man. I've still got crazy enthusiasm for this, and I think it's going to be a great season. So we appreciate it, Bryan. We'll talk to you soon, my man.
All right. Thank you, guys. Okay, love you. Bye.
Okay, love you. Bye.
Well, hey, Bryan, thank you. Thanks, for stopping by and saying, hey. That was, again, just love hearing the stories of these guys and how they get into the Charger fandom.
I'm excited to have someone on that like got on because of the 2021 Chargers, Justin Herbert lighting stuff up.
One day it'll
new coaching staff. I want to have one of those guys on.
Well, he's doing the good work, because he's, you know, his best moment was when he took his kids to their first football game. So that was his best Charger moment. So he's doing the right thing, bringing up some Charger kiddos.
Right. It's slow and steady, but I think we are going to start writing some of those narratives of people coming on because of this season. But again, hey, Bryan, thank you again for coming on. Really appreciate it. All right. Well, now it's time to go on to our next segment. It's the Craig Experience. Buckle up, motherfuckers.
Yeah. Come on in, man. Kick your feet up.
Craig Experience. Hello there.
Make yourself at home. Got some stuff to talk about, right? Moving on.
I love this team, like many of you guys out there as well. So kind of sets my mood off when, you know, we have stinkers like yesterday's game. But here's the way I look at it. Couple things. I consider those chin check games. And if you want to look on the shamelessly positive side of things, I personally believe things like that or games like that have a way of bringing your team back down to earth and helping you to reassess things. We all know where the deficiencies lie. I'm very hopeful that this makes it painfully evident to upper management. I know, you know, Brandon Staley knows what he has on the roster. So hopefully he and, you know, Tom Telesco on the same page. I'm sure they are. And we can see some potential movement in certain positions and areas of the team because, you know, we know what has and hasn't worked. Just, you know, hearkening back to the game, everything was out of sync. Literally everything. Nothing was working offensively. Mike Will clearly wasn't 100%. Jay Herbal was off. Keenan saw like sporadic targets. It almost felt like, and most of the games start off this way, Keenan gets like the first play, and then you'll see him get targets throughout the rest of the game. But I haven't rewatched the game yet. I don't know if I will, but I feel like I didn't see Keenan catch another ball for like 2 to 3 quarters after his first target. But again, I could be wrong. Just the entire offense was out of sync. And it happens. It sucks having this happen going into a bye week, so you kind of got to sit with it for 2 weeks. But again, it gives them time to reflect and see what can be done. Running game definitely needs some hold plug. Passing defense was super leaky, but again, we were missing some guys in the secondary. And, you know, not having Drew Tranquil in the middle of the field hurt. Kaiser White played a very good game, though. I mean, he had 2 picks. And we saw a lot of what we were seeing last year where Kaiser was super close to getting his hands on some balls and like picking some off and like kind of came to fruition yesterday. He almost had a third, by the way. So that's something positive to take away from it for at least one guy on the defensive side of the ball. But outside of just not being able to stop the run, I mean, we knew who we were playing. That was going to be the Lamar show. And honestly, Lamar didn't have a fantastic game. He did enough. It was their defense. They haven't played a game that well all year long. They played inspired. And with as many people as they have out, you would have assumed that they would have struggled a little bit more, but almost felt like two different teams showed up to M&T yesterday. And the Chargers just didn't have it. And, you know, again, we've all said it. If you looked at that paper, the schedule on paper a couple months ago, and you said that we would have been 4-2 coming out of the first 6 games, all of us would have taken it. So, you know, find some solace in that because it could be way worse. And to be honest with you, I'm sure many of us were expecting worse. You know, some of us were looking at it, well, possibly 500. If we come out even like 2-4, it's understandable. But we flipped that right on the head. You know, 4-2. Dealing with a lot of the deficiencies we have, we still came out at 4-2. It's just many of them were exposed to the fullest on Sunday. And now it's, well, what are you going to do about it time? So I expect to see some movement happen here. You know, if you follow me on Twitter, you guys kind of know what some of my ideas are. And a particular player that I would like to see them trade for is Akeem Hicks from Chicago with his ties to Brandon Staley. I'm just hopeful that they aren't banking on Justin Jones, a player who, you know, is serviceable, but has some health issues coming back and then kind of being the savior. It's not going to be a one-guy situation. There have to be some moves and maybe some scheme adjustments coming up here in the next couple of weeks. And then you got the Patriots rolling in, so can't feel sorry for themselves. And I'm sure Coach Staley knows what has to be done. He's going to get it, you know, fixed, well, to the best of his ability. So just beyond that, you know, special teams, I know that we want the Vizcaino thing to work, but it hasn't been. Outside of just the missed field goals, you know, I don't think the ball's been getting into the end zone and out of it often enough. And that was kind of the reason for keeping him over Badgley, who made his kicks yesterday for the Colts, ironically enough. But whatever, we can't really dwell on stuff like that. But again, seems almost like Coach has a lot of confidence in him and he may want to stick with him. I don't know. That's a little questionable. But again, as we try to look on the positive side of things, just even the record aside, which is probably the most positive thing to take away from all of this going into a bye, is that we have a general idea of where our team's strengths are. Offensively, there's no reason why we should be only putting up 6 points a game. We just look at it as a blip and just an out-of-sync game. And the guys get a chance to regroup and come back and, you know, go back to having the type of masterful offensive performances they were having before. But clearly yesterday kind of seemed like an outlier. So, you know, guys, don't get too caught up in what you saw. A lot of really good teams, even so far this year, have had like crap games. If not to this level, some worse, if not as bad, you know, close to it. So again, take solace in the fact that the guys have a chance to regroup. You've got 2 weeks for some guys to get on the mend and come back and make a push in the second half of the season. So let's look forward to that. And no one should be falling off of the bandwagon. If you are, then, I mean, it is what it is. But this is part of fandom. Every game's not going to be a great one. You're going to have to deal with ups and downs. It's an emotional roller coaster, especially if you're a Chargers fan and have been one for a really long time. You understand how this works. You kind of have to take the good with the bad. You know, sometimes one far outweighs the other. But if you love the team like I love them, and I'm sure many of you guys do out there, you just deal with it. You can't be shaken by it. So take your time to kind of lick your wounds, deal with it for what it is, and let's look forward to what happens going forward in the next couple of weeks. I'm sure with the schedule, and you know, be mindful of it, some of the games that many are looking at as cakewalks, you got to be careful about that because there are some of these teams that you thought early in the season that would be underperforming to this point that look pretty decent, like the Bengals, who are also 4-2. So we can't just look at people as pushovers. Every team's going to come out to play. But again, I really do believe that moving into the back half, second half, and the finish of the season, that the adjustments are going to be made, and this is going to be a fun ride. But you just have to be willing to take the good with the bad. Understand that, you'll be just fine. But it's the price of fandom. It's what it takes when you love a team this way. So we got to deal with it. Fellas, I guess my question this week is in order. What do you feel like are, list them 1, 2, 3, if you have 3 of them. What are the biggest needs or moves that you believe have to be made here in the next 2 weeks in order for the team to succeed? I'm sure that we all kind of have the same ones, but I'm curious to know which ones do you list in order of importance from like most to worst. Let me know what that's about. But anyway, y'all all know what it is. Win, lose, draw, whatever. Bowl gang or do not bang. Catch y'all on the flip side. Okay. Love you. Bye.
Craig.
I feel better already. Good work, Craig.
It's a good reminder, man. I mean, it's a sobering week.
It is.
Yeah.
It's what makes those Browns games and Chief games and Raider wins so glorious. Is you have to go through the crap. You know, you have to dig through the crap and find the nugget of gold. I don't know if that's a real saying, but
dig through the crap and find the nugget.
you gotta have some dark days to really appreciate the good ones, I think is what you're getting at. So to really appreciate those big games.
You got what I was saying. Everyone knows.
It's the yin and the yang of it all, folks. All right. Well, to answer Craig's question, as far as moves or things that we need to change or fix or get better, what are we thinking in regards to this team?
I think we need linebacker health. Those guys need to get healthy again. Being down 2 of your 3 best is not good.
Yes.
D-line needs to get better, whether that's through free agency, trades, or maybe Justin Jones is the second coming. You know, maybe he is going to be that good.
I can't remember. Is he on IR?
No. Yeah, he was. Yeah, he's available. He's available.
Well, he missed 3 weeks, and then they put him on IR. So he'll be. I think he's back after the bye.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then our special teams needs to get better. Almost every aspect of it.
Right.
Obviously our kicking, but also our coverage stuff. It's just like I would almost rather go for it on 4th down every time because they're getting 10, 15, 20-yard returns every time. I mean, we haven't given up a touchdown, which is great. But the Ravens beat the hell out of us in special teams. And if there's one team that is the best special teams consistently, it's the Patriots. So I think we're going to get a real test to see if we made any big time adjustments and can figure this out. Because honestly, like I think that's the most unsung part about last Sunday was, we all saw the offense and defense not play well, but the special teams, man, was just not great. Like, when we took the ball out of the end zone, we did it and we got penalties. And when we tried to kick an extra point, we didn't make it. You know, like,
I will say though, Ty Long had like a 65+ yard punt, which was pretty sweet.
But then there was like a 20-yard return on it.
I'm just saying, if we're trying to find some little
shamelessly positive, you're right.
He kicked it over 65. I'll take that. That's a good punter.
He did kick it really far. He kicked the ball far.
Kickman, kick far.
Kickman number 2. Kick ball far.
Kickman.
Yeah, I think those are all valid points, all valid ideas as far as what it is that we need to fix to get better. You know, Telesco's just not known to be the GM to make moves, obviously, this deep into the season. So
he's never acquired. He's given away.
Right, we've given away.
Also never really been in this position where you're 4-2 and you've already gotten through the toughest part of your schedule. Right. And there's a very clear and glaring hole on your team.
Everyone can see it.
Right.
Yeah.
So it'll be that. I mean, it'll be interesting test of Telesco to see if he does make any moves. We will obviously have a couple weeks to keep an eye on it and see when it happens. There is a deadline, though. What is the deadline?
Yeah, it's like 2 weeks.
Okay.
So it's pretty much when we get back.
So pretty much, yeah. So it'll be something to keep an eye on.
Ninja?
What you got? What you got? All right. Well, hey, Craig, thank you again for coming back on. And again, just reminding us that, you know, this is what a fandom is. You take it in the highs and the lows. And wear your jersey proud, folks, because this is still a good team. We still got good guys. It was just a bad game. All right. Well, now it's time to move on to our next segment, one that shouldn't be for people with sore throats, but it's going to happen anyway. It's Ask Boltfam. Let's go.
Yay!
Time to put your money where your mouth is.
Hi, guys.
Don't jam a thumb up his butthole. That's what you do.
I wet myself in excitement.
Tulsa hungry.
Your thoughts are like totally appreciated.
Catch you later, dude.
Okay, love you, boy.
All right. Well, let's start off this medically induced Ask Boltfam with Abdul, who asked the question. I just want to say hi. You know?
Hi, Abdul. How are you, man?
Hi.
Abdul. Hey, that's a great way to kick this off. I feel like
after,
I love,
start out with a
your
pleasant
vibes.
greeting.
Yeah, after an
your
L,
vibes.
sometimes there's not a lot of questions. There's just
Exactly.
let's just be a community
hello.
together.
Let's just say,
How are
hey.
you?
Yeah.
Check in on one another. You
How
doing
the hell
okay
are
over there?
you?
Hey, reach
over
out
there,
to a
Abdul?
fellow Charger fan. Guess what
Yeah,
you say?
make sure they're doing okay.
Hi.
Bring a
Just say hi.
casserole or something. I don't
Hi.
know.
Yeah.
Hey.
I'll take a casserole. Hi. I love a casserole.
Thank you. Thank you for checking in, Abdul. We appreciate it. We're moving on now to Bryan Taylor, who asked the question. How awesome were those Jersey guys you had on the last episode? Rolling on the floor laughing, rolling on the floor laughing, rolling on the floor laughing.
You got emoji, dude.
I got my emojis got turned into text on that one. But yeah, Brian, this was the guy that we had
That's
on
a
that went over the
sneaky
jersey.
way to tell
Yeah.
everyone how much you,
But
sneaky guy.
I mean, to be fair, we did get quite a bit of response.
Yeah,
as
a
far as
lot of people reached
wanting-
out, wanted that PDF like it was their job.
Yeah,
like
it
they're
was-
like they want to get to the bottom of this thing. So
Yeah.
I'm glad that we could share that with everybody because that was good. It's helpful.
It was very helpful. So thank you, Brian, for coming back on. And yeah, I think those guys, they were all right. They were good eggs. Let's move it on now to Senora Snappy. Signoria Snappy.
Signoria.
Snappy, who asked the question. Getting stuffed sucked, but I'll take an early loss and essential keys getting healthy for the long haul. Remember, the Chargers were 1-4 last year. Getting last fucking year. Staley brought us out of a loss. You could do it again. Okay. Love you. Bye.
I love this. This is going so well. I was
Yeah.
expecting like a
I know,
ton
right?
of
Oh, I
fuck
love
this
it.
place, fuck this podcast, burn it down, burn it all down,
Tear down SoFi. We're done.
yeah, I don't
Pack
need
it
it.
up.
Yeah, I concur. We
Yes.
were 1-4 last year.
Yeah,
Guess
we
what?
were.
We're
Yes.
4-2 this year, and that's nice.
That's very nice.
Very
yes.
nice.
It's very nice. Yes, it's a nice
like.
change of pace. We got to remind ourselves we're 4-2. We're sitting at the top of the AFC West, folks.
It's the
Let's
L's
not,
and L. Like
yeah.
I think as a fan base, that L hurt more than it should, but it's still just one L. We're
Yes.
4-2. We're in good shape. We're still
Yes.
top the AFC West.
I feel bad for the because there were like a group of hardcore fans that went to that Baltimore game. I felt bad for them more than like I felt bad. I was bummed watching that game.
I know.
felt
Watching
bad
Bolt
for
God's
them.
Instagram, I was like, oh, bots.
Yeah, like that is a game you don't want to sit on your couch and watch by yourself,
Right,
let alone
right.
being around a stadium full of Ravens.
Oh,
So
dude.
everyone that went to that game, we appreciate you, and we were thinking about you on that.
I had to go to
Absolutely.
dinner that night, and my brother-in-law is a Ravens fan. I almost just cold clocked him right when I saw him when I walked in my parents'
right in
house.
the fucking face.
He knew.
Big
He knew,
wind up.
he
And
knew
the
better.
pitch.
He knew better. He knew better than to talk out of turn, though. He
Yeah.
knew what was coming.
He didn't make eye contact. He was just like,
No,
"Hey, Kyle,"
because
how
it
are you?
wasn't just me; it was also his father-in-law that would have gotten it in on the beatdown.
Double tag
Yeah.
team bro son combo.
Can you pass the piece, please?
No, there's no pace for you.
What'd you say to me?
That's pretty much how dinner went. To get your own fucking peas, Brad.
You just take a spoonful and just like pour it in his lap in front of his plate.
No, right on. I could walk behind him and pour it right on his head.
You want your peas?
You want your peas,
Bradley? I love Brad. We
Brad
gave
is
you
a
everything
we love
today.
you,
What
Brad.
else do you want?
Yeah. You
he
took my
handled-
soul. Now you want my peas?
He handled the victory with so much humility. I would have. That's the thing is, if we would have won, I would have never let him hear the end of it. He did it with so much humility. He just came in and he walked in the door and tiptoed around the house.
What's the vibe like, guys?
Yeah. He's like, "Oh, hey, Kyle." I'm like, "Hi, Brad." And then he's like, do you want a drink? And I was like, "Yeah, you better go make me a drink, Bradley." And then it was good. And then we were fine.
Good. That's all right.
Yeah. We love you though, bro. This is all joking. He is fantastic.
Yeah, he's the best.
He's my
really
favorite brother.
He didn't lay in at all. I would have laid it on him so thick. It was great. I was very, very grateful.
You might want to listen back to this episode at some point, Kyle. All right, let's keep rolling.
Let's move it on now. Thank you.
And I was kidding, by the way. I love you, Kyle.
Pull your head out of the gutter. Sorry.
Thank you, Signoria Snappy. Always good to hear from you. Moving on to Boltified 90.
Oh, that's certified for real.
That's the question. Oh, do you think travel schedule had anything to do with it? Teams seemed out of sync from the get-go, and I wonder why they decided to fly to Baltimore the day before rather than 2 or 3 days prior. Hoo-ha!
Hoo-ha! Okay, so here's the thing. We're 2-1 on the road, so it's working. I have no problem with that.
Right.
This is an interesting point because I was watching the Instagram.
They were very out of sync right away.
I don't know if you watched the Instagram where they're all walking in. Usually they're like, they're game faced the morning up, but they're like saying hi to the lady that runs the social media.
Hi.
No one did it. It was all kind of like, the energy was a little different, honestly. So I'm curious how much, because they came in pretty flat, dude. They came out pretty flat. Like we saw that, that first play, our offensive line getting, jacked up 5 yards behind the line.
Maybe how much of it is the travel and how much of it is they just played 5 really good football teams
I think
in
that's
battles and
I think
they're
you're right.
up.
I think that's it. And those are all emotional wins. Those are all like gutting it out, going forward on 4th down. Like
we traveled to Kansas City. We traveled to basically the East Coast 3 times now this year.
Right? Yeah, well, dude,
that's
your
tiring.
car's in the red. If your car's in the red and you're always in the red, something bad's gonna happen.
Right.
So they were in the red for too long, and they had a shitty game, and we're gonna bounce back.
It's a great timing for a bye, hey?
Yeah.
Hey,
it's a good time for a bye, eh?
It's a
Take off, eh? We're going to the bye week, eh?
Take off, eh? We're going to the brewery for the bye week, eh?
My
going
bye
over
week.
to the Amco, get my car looked at.
That's right. Redlining.
There you go. Boltified 90. Thank you for asking the question. Moving on now to I Run From Problems.
Certified fresh.
And, yes, and shout out to Riley Dean Smith. You both pretty much asked the same question, so I'm going to go with I Run From Problems because I like that name better. And it goes something like this.
You dick.
There's no way Kickman is on this team in 2 weeks, right?
Oh boy, brother.
This is the most frustrating of all my, like, the run game sucks, but this is one guy you can point at and look at and be like, dude, you're just a
kick man.
You're just a kick man, not making his kicks, man.
All you do is kick, man.
Yeah.
So I think, I don't think he's gone. Like the way coach talked about him, it's like clearly there's an issue there, but he doesn't seem like the guy, we've said it before, that just gives up on people. I'm ready to, but I'm not Brandon Staley, and he's a better person.
Right. We're not the same leaders that Brandon Staley is.
But it's also how Tom Telesco's the guy making the call. And it's how long are you going to be the guy that can't find a kicker? That's his whole GM career. We've not had a solid, consistent kicker.
Right.
It's like, go find a kicker. Is a kick man.
What if there was like everyone wants a defensive lineman trade? What if there was a kicker trade where we traded for a kicker?
Oh my God.
What if we had an open tryout like that? What was that Disney movie? The garbage picking, field goal kicking Philadelphia phenomenon.
Yeah.
We need one of those.
Who's that one guy? Have you guys seen this guy on Instagram? He kicks like 65-yard field goals. Do you know who I'm talking about?
Destroy.
Yeah.
He's like a big... So he was the kicker at UCF, and he started a YouTube channel, and then he was making money, and the NCAA said, no, you can't do that. You got to quit your YouTube channel. And he's like, no, I'll just quit kicking. So he stopped kicking in college.
No, I'll quit
and just
you.
Yeah. So, and then he just makes YouTube videos, and obviously has a outrageous amount of followers. But yeah, he's crazy good at kicking. So give him a shot. It's LA, man. We're Hollywood. Bring him in.
Well, and there's tons of other teams that are like giving kickers tryouts this upcoming week that I read. So it's like, I know he didn't finish college, apparently. I didn't even know that, but give him a shot, man. That guy's got swagger for days. Like he's walking around dripping swagger.
I've not heard of this guy. Obviously, I need to check it out. But yeah, as far as, I mean, we've got to wait and see. If you were to ask us though, chances are Vizcaino's going to be the guy for the remainder of the season.
I think, you prepare down. Unless it gets real
it'd
bad.
have to get
there could
really
be a game
bad.
coming up. Like the last game, he missed had one opportunity.
Right.
So I think if you had a game with a bigger sample size and he missed everything or almost everything, that's when I think it's like, okay,
we got to do something.
We can't defend this anymore. This has just got to go.
Or we just don't carry 2 kickers, and it gives us roster space to carry more players,
linebackers,
actual football players, and then we just go for 2 every time and go for it on 4th down.
Sure.
Who does
Ty Long could do kickoffs and the close stuff.
Yeah, just don't go for the deep field goals.
Yeah, who cares?
I'm all about
onside every time.
Yeah.
Just go real radical.
I love it. Outside the box.
Yeah. Hey, I'm all for it. Try something different.
What's better, bringing in another kicker that sucks and he misses some too? There's a reason he's not on a team right now.
Shit. You're right.
I'm right. When you're right, you're right.
You're right. I run from problems. Thank you so much for asking the question. We move on now to JDM2118. And a special shout out to Revolutionary Dig 43, Philip on Tacos, and Fob Marley 928.
A lot of certified freshness.
A lot
here.
of certified fresh folks, yes. But we want to make sure we shout you out. You all pretty much asked the same question, but JDM218 always makes a good voice request. So I got to go with him. Here we go. Hey, what's up, motherfuckers? Damn, homies talk about getting kicked in the fucking mouth and KO'd all in one day. Fuck, bro, that game wasn't it. Something needs to get done about this fucking D, man. Lamar and his homie just running and stopping a D out, bro. What the fuck, cuz? Dog, this fucking running and this kicker, bro, homie. Stay your ass in Baltimore, you motherfucker. I'm sorry, boys. I'm fucking hurt, man. My heart hurts for this homie Herbert. But anyway, stay positive and stay brown, homies. Ball gang or don't bang, putos. Yeah, I mean, there was a lot of people that were saying that Vizcaino should probably get a hotel.
Just a really expensive Uber home.
Yeah,
real expensive.
Yeah, I'm just tired of being mad about kickers. They're just kickmen.
Yeah,
you know,
they're just kickmen.
Just
that's all they are.
Man.
And the run D, obviously, this is. I mean, Kyle talked about it in Coach's Corner. If you guys are watching this on YouTube, go take a look. There's a separate video of Kyle talking about the run D. But yeah, dude, it's got to get better. Hopefully, we see some changes here in the next couple weeks. If not, I trust Brandon Staley is doing everything he can to shore everything up. JDM2118, thank you for asking the question, and thank you to all 3 of you guys that were basically asking about the kicker and the run D. Let's move on now to Tyler Foffey. And also shout out to Robert Carper and Miguel.
Certified Fresh is in there.
Certified Fresh is all around. Everybody. You guys are all on the same page. You guys keep asking the same question. We just don't want to get too repetitive here on the Charger Chat. So here comes Tyler's question. Remaining positive because that fucking sucked farts. Anyways, toughest part of the schedule is out of the way and we're doing great. What are some upcoming ninja moves you would like to see Tommy T making, if any? Nothing that Kev wants, please. LOL, just kidding. All love. Keep it up, guys.
Yeah, Kev, who do you want us to pick up?
You have admitted to not listen to anything that you say.
I don't want anyone else to say it.
Said that.
Like, no, it's true.
Don't listen to any of us as far as what it is
I didn't mean it, Foster. No. You're the only Foster in my heart.
You're the only Foster for me.
Yeah, so I'll save mine for last and negate one of the things you guys say. Go ahead.
In other words, doesn't have anything, and he's gonna take one of our answers.
No, I think what Craig said, like Hakeem, was it Hakeem Hicks? Sorry,
yeah.
Hakeem Hicks would be a great.
Yeah,
that seems to be.
That's a trade, and he's an older player, but I think that could be a.
And I was talking. He's on the Bears, so I was talking to my other brother-in-law, who's my sister just did not marry inside of the
AFC
Charger, bloodline. But my other brother-in-law is a Bears fan, and Hakeem Hicks is obviously a Bear right now. And he's like, yeah, Hakeem Hicks is awesome. Like, he's like, I've heard him being connected to a lot of trade possibilities.
Right.
So it sounds like he's a guy that is on the market.
But why is he on the market?
That's because he wants to be traded.
He's an older guy, and he doesn't want to be on a team that's kind of in a rebuild, right? The Bears are decent. They're not a terrible team, but they are definitely on the rebuild, right? Like, you have a rookie quarterback who just took over, who they didn't really want to give the reins to. Yeah, so he's just kind of in a place where I think they could get a lot back for him and become good in the next couple of years. I think that's where they're headed. I don't think this year is the year for them. And he's definitely an older guy. He is banged up a little bit here and there, and I think they're trying to offload him. Which if we can bring him in and he stays healthy, he's a monster. He's a big dude that could sit down there in that defensive line and really stop, be a filler for us. And even if you could just rotate him and Limbaugh to keep him fresh, to keep him healthy, it would be a huge upgrade for us. So I don't know. I don't even know if that's in the Tom Telesco, whatever, do it type of a thing. Doesn't really seem up our alley, but that would be a cool pickup. I'd be excited to see that pop up on my alert on my phone.
Yeah.
Totally.
I mean, everybody makes the connection as far as like Brandon Staley coached in Chicago. There's that connection there. It's an area of need for the team. But I mean, we've made those calls in the past. We're like, what was his name? Gus Johnson, or the Rams guy that we were like, oh yeah, he worked with Staley. I'm sure he'll come over.
Yeah.
And he
John
goes
Johnson
off to the Browns or something like that.
Yeah,
So it's just like, obviously we don't have any real clear inkling, but that does, if we were betting guys, seem like a possibility.
Something you could do, like you said, like we're 4-2, we're at top of the AFC West right now. Like if you're gonna make a move, now's the time to make the move. And we're still on, Herbert's rookie contract. Like, this is time to do it. If you can find something that works, do it. Go make it happen.
It did suck farts, Fafi.
It definitely sucked some serious
definitely
farts.
sucked farts. Back to you. All right. Fafi, thank you for asking the question. And thank you, Robert Carper and Miguel, for basically asking the same thing. We now move on to Mark Busnelli Jr., who asked the question. What do y'all think of getting Lambeau back? He's been a healthy scratch for the pathetic Lahu Zahers in the Jaguars. K, love you, bye.
No, no, I don't want Lambeau back.
He had.
He was great when he left us, but when he comes back, he's probably going to be what he was when he was with us. Like,
exactly.
I have no faith in kickers at this point.
Right.
It's just like,
kickers. Like,
none.
like the only one is Justin Tucker, who's obviously like.
I think if you put Tucker on the Chargers, he would start missing him left and right. He would just start falling apart. There's just something about our kicking game. It's just like, what is happening? I have watched a few more of these, a few more of his kicks. Seems to be a lot of pressure. Like they're bringing a lot of pressure on him, and he's pulling it, or he's just like panicking, like he doesn't want to get blocked. It just feels like there's not like any like clean kicks that he's making. So
part of that mental game that you were talking about.
Yeah, they're just fucking his head up, man. I don't know. I have no answer to this.
Well, yeah. I mean, obviously, if we made the move, in Staley we trust, in Telesco we trust. But do we want it? I don't know. Obviously, they see potential in Vizcaino. If they see something that we don't, I trust their eyes better than mine. But we'll see what happens. Mark Busnelli Jr., thank you for asking the question. Let's move it on now to Okie Doggy.
Yeah.
Who asked the question.
This loss may have been disappointing to see, but the AFC is loaded with so many teams that each week we may win against a good team and then lose to another. It's what we do after those losses where our season will be defined. That being said, what the hell are we going to do about our run defense? Do you see any type of fix team can make this year to help the run defense? The only name that I wouldn't mind the team bringing in from the free agency pool is Geno Atkins. And from the trade market, it would be Akeem Hicks from the Bears, since he requested to be traded and he has worked with Staley and Jay Rodgers. If that doesn't happen, then I don't see us fixing this until the offseason. While we're at it, Kickman lived up to his former nickname because he ended blowing up in our faces. Do you give Kickman one last chance against New England, or do you wish the team to bring in other options?
Yeah, I like those picks. Geno Atkins, I guess he's a free agent guy.
Right.
A little older, some injury history of late, but
we've got the cap space to make some moves, but I mean, the reason why I wanted to include this, even though we already kind of touched on a lot of these subjects, was just that talk, the mention of like how we're going to respond, how we react to this bad of a loss is really what's going to define this season. Last year, after we got smoked by the Patriots, We came back and kicked ass at the end of the season.
Yeah.
Will this be a similar situation? I don't see why not. You've got Herbert at the helm. He understands what's at stake. Everybody understands what's at stake, especially going into this 4-2. Like this is
we're the top. Wait, when's the last time we were at the top of the AFC West?
I know,
even
that's
after
what I'm
week
saying.
1.
Exactly.
We've not been at the top of the AFC West in forever. So like, it's clear that we're in contention. We're still at the top of our division.
Right.
Yeah, you have to respond. Obviously, and going against the Patriots, who just in all reality are not as good as they have been. Yeah. We have to come out strong at home and just put a shellacking on that team. Like that's how you have to respond. You have to come out
a shellacking on it.
I mean, you look at it. It's just like that's what the NFL is, man. Like the Tennessee Titans lost to the Jets 2 weeks ago.
Right.
And tonight, as we're recording this, they just beat the Bills, who's like the favorite in the AFC.
Yes,
that's just what the NFL is. You have to respond.
Yeah. Well, and last year we got out coached big time by Belichick.
Right.
Yeah. Belichick. This I hope this is Staley. Like Staley said, he didn't do a good enough job coaching and getting the guys ready this week. Man, you got a bye week too.
Right.
Go ahead and out coach him. Go show us what you got, man. I'm excited to see it.
Right. Get an extra week to really prep for this game, and hopefully it pays off. But hey, okie doggy, always good to hear from you, buddy. Thanks,
brother,
for asking the question. Let's move on now to Senior Snappy, the other side of the Snappy family, who asked the question. Centurion, do we have anyone left in the garrison? Dear Justinius, let them on so many a pass attempt, but the rowdy rebels slow to the pace of the pregnant peacocks, and just at their moment of triumph, why did our insolent pass catchers just quit on so many routes? I want those rascal wide receivers fighting rabid wild animals within a week. Now, anyone else feel like a little giggle when I mention my friend Biggest Dickus? He would not approve. Fuck the Ravens, to the gallows with the Belichicks. Bolt up.
Love the pull. Life of Bryan.
Yeah, what a... that was a voice I have never done before, so thank you, Senior Snappy, for the challenge. But yes, obviously the wide receiver, man, just...
That one Jared Cook interception looked like he just got it ripped out of his hands.
And
like
he's a tight end. Like, be strong.
Yeah, coach said that was a great, he liked his ball placement and where it went. So that just means Cook just didn't grab it, just didn't go for it. Wasn't strong enough at the point, so...
Yeah, I don't know.
And Mike Williams was hurt. Mike Williams, as I talked about like 2 weeks ago, it's like
dropped one.
These guys are when they're on the injury report and they play, that doesn't mean that they're at 100%. Like he was still hurt the whole time, and then he had that big play, and then after that he never really did anything.
Right.
And that's why we're going at Josh Palmer on 4th down, and we're throwing to Josh Palmer a lot after not really playing him at all, and he's coming off the bench cold and obviously, when Mike Williams goes down, they can double Keenan. So everyone's like, why didn't we throw to Keenan? Keenan's not open because he's getting doubled because all of our other receivers are hurt. It's like, so yeah, it was not a great look. We definitely, need to get better at catching the ball. It is what it is. I think they're going to do it. They're going to turn it around. And when Mike Williams and Keenan are both healthy, it's a much better passing attack.
Big time.
Everything was just off in that game, man. It was just a weird off day.
Just a weird
outlier blip of a game. Senior Snappy, always good to hear from you, buddy. Thank you for asking the question. Moving on now to Bobby Caldrone, who asked the question.
4-2 going into the boy, having weathered the toughest stretch of the season with very few significant injuries. We have holes, but we also have a crazy high ceiling. They're about to steamroll the league coming out of the boy. Can we get Keenan more consistent targets? K-love you, boy.
The Chicago way. The Bobby Caldrone Chicago way.
That's right.
Yeah. Hell yeah, dude. Yeah. I think we're going to come out swinging. Really do. And I think the offense is probably going to be frustrated as hell after this performance and isn't going to let it happen again. That's my hope, at least.
Here's the thing about, like, I don't know. I've been thinking about it a lot. Like, obviously, I want to see Keenan get the ball more, and I think that he hasn't had the ball a lot. I think it's just being creative in how you get him the ball.
Mm-hmm.
Justin's not forcing him the ball, which is good. We don't want him to force it to him if he's not open. Right. That turns into incompletions and turnovers and bad positions where other guys can't take advantage. And I think that's why Mike Williams has had such a big year, is that he's the number 2. They're shutting down Keenan. So that's why Mike Williams having such a big year. So I don't want Keenan to have more targets if he's not open. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to force it.
Right. Sure.
But I think finding ways to get him the ball in different situations, right? Run some fly sweeps, get the ball in his hands somehow. Right. Let him be a playmaker. Or I don't even know. I don't know that intricate of what they're seeing and what's going on, but get creative in different ways to try to find him the ball. And you can't force it if it's not there. And I think that's what it is right now. And so when I see his stat line of he didn't get a ball from like the middle of the first to the fourth, like he just wasn't, maybe he wasn't open. Maybe we couldn't get him the ball. It's not as if Justin's not looking at him or the offense isn't built to go to him. You know what I mean?
Yeah. One would think, but yeah, hopefully, again, just coming out of this bye with a better film to break down and a better game plan and maybe something a little more creative, just like Kyle recommended. We'll see what happens. Bobby Caldrone, thank you for asking the question. Let's move it on now to Coach Lago, who asked the question. So, the first truly bad week with Staley at the helm. Oh, man. It's the same old Chargers. Oh, well. Collision symbol. Explosion. Noise. No way, Jose. Staley, Herbert, and DJ are the bee's knees. Coach. That's the worst the O has looked with Herb. Was it more scheme or execution? Never got any momentum built up. Any charges you'd like to see from Lombardi out of the bye? Can't let me buy.
I love the flip on that. That was nice.
Yeah. He wanted me to go from Eeyore to Donkey from Shrek. Donkey. So any changes you'd like to see from Lombardi out of the bye? I guess Kyle just mentioned it. Maybe some more creative play calling.
I don't know though. Like I don't have like a huge issue with the play calling, and
he's been a stud up until this week. So it's not something he doesn't know how to do. It's just a fucked up game.
We didn't run the ball well, and that's just execution. You know what I mean? Like, I don't feel like he called bad plays. I just feel like we didn't, like he said it. I think it is just an execution thing. If you don't run the ball at all, like we didn't, I don't know. You guys know what the final stats are as far as our running yards? I think we had
like 28 rushing yards.
Jesus.
To their,
it
was really awful.
You just cannot have any type of balance. And then once you get down, then you're pressing, then you have to force and you have to throw the ball to try to get quick point. So I just think we got out of rhythm because we got down. And I don't think there's anything. I mean, Jesus, look what we did to the Browns the week before, which is a great defense. I don't think we have to make big, huge changes. I just think we did not execute. Bottom line, our offensive line did not beat theirs. You have to run the ball to be a big time, high power offense, no matter what. And if you get down, then you're in real deep crap. So and we got to score early, you know what I mean? It's like, there's a lot of stuff that we didn't do well.
And I wanted to point out too, something like Steve Hagland from Guilty as Charged, those guys, he put up a video of Pipkins on out on the field again. And Calais Campbell literally throwing him.
Nice.
Throwing him about 10 yards in the air. He's just flying.
Oh my God.
So I really want them to address Pipkins.
Can Daniel Popper please ask? You know, like
why
just blatantly ask, why is Pipkins on the roster? What do you see?
What do we see?
Because I want to know, like, what do we see in that guy? I have not seen it yet. I don't know the potential that you're going to get on a 4th year guy. That still sucks. Like that's not a very shamelessly positive take, but I can't do it with.
Kyle's just feeling the frustration right now.
It's a roster spot we can't use for someone else.
Right. Just don't even carry that extra lineman. Then carry an extra backer or carry another DB or carry a receiver or something. You know, like good. Yeah. Like
we didn't even kicker.
We healthy scratched Roundtree this game. You know, like let him play. Sit Pipkins. Don't even put him out there.
Seriously, I'm just so tired of it.
Right. Yeah. Well, we all are. We're all feeling the frustration, and hopefully these couple weeks will give us a chance to recharge ourselves and get back out there for the next game. But hey, Coach Lago, thank you for asking the question. Moving on now to Z the King 1, who asked the question. Can you guys give an analysis of early down play calling? Feels like the last few weeks, the play calling on first and second downs has been shit. And then we get bailed out by Herbie being a freaking dynamo. But this week, he was off. So the weak plays didn't get bailed out. If I have to watch them call an Eckler run up the gut on second and long one more time, I'm possibly also overreacting because of the loss. But I feel like I've heard several analysts like Warren Sharp and Hasselbeck mention this before too.
I heard something that was fascinating, an interesting take, which was Dan Orlovsky. Did you guys hear what he said? Basically, they have so much trust in Herbert that fourth down is just always an option for them. So what they're trying to do on first down is just try crazy stuff to see what works. And then their second down play call is more like a first down play call. That was his take, and I thought that was fascinating. You can kind of see how they're going forward on fourth down, and it's just like not your normal first down, second down, third down structure. So maybe that could be something to do with it. It's interesting to see.
Well, it's also, guys, like second and long, what's a defense thinking's coming? What do you think as a defensive coordinator? If it's second and long, what do you think's coming?
Pass.
So you get in your nickel or your dime personnel, and so you have lighter bodies, so you should be able to run the ball. Like that's the logic, is that it's second and long. They think it's going to be pass. We have light personnel. Now let's run the ball, pick up 4 or 5, and put us in a third and manageable. It's not, it's second and long, we have to throw the ball and pick up the first down, because you don't. You don't need a first down on second down. You need to get yards so that it's manageable third down, so Herbie can do what Herbie does. You know, like that's the logic. Now, does it always work? No. If it always worked, we'd score 100 points a game and the defense would score 0. But that's just not how it works. So the logic in running on second and long is they have their light personnel in. Let's get 4 or 5 yards and then let's throw. Obviously, we didn't get any yards on the ground, so that didn't work. And then we ended up having to throw the ball a lot, and that doesn't work either when they know you're going to throw. So that's the logic. Does it always work? No. As fans, can we get mad at it? Sure. I question it a lot too, and I'm sitting there watching. But that's the logic from a coach's perspective, I think, is, hey, we should be able to get a couple, put us in a good spot for third down.
There you go. All right. Z the King 1, thank you for asking the question. Moving on now to Blonded Surfer. And shout out to Agent Rivers, who
Certified Fresh
copied and pasted Blonded Surfer's question word for word. So you get the shout out.
He really wanted this question.
You really wanted to be on there. So here we go.
Well, I see 2 big issues that must be addressed, amigo. Uno, we need a new returner. Someone not slow like Roundtree or KJ Hill, or someone who has no shitty moves like Guyton. We need to find a speedy guy who can make quick cuts. How about we finally move Ken Murray Jr. to the edge? It allows us to keep our 2 best inside backers on the field. It gives our D-line some much-needed help. It feels like it always only me, Fratello, Italiano, Bosa, who's getting some kind of pressure. Plus, when I see Murray's tape, I don't see great awareness that an off-ball linebacker should have. Go look at his college tapes. Most of his flash comes from rushing the passer. What do you guys think? Agree? Disagree? Why? Grazie.
Yeah, the returner thing, like Guyton is a fast guy, but just doesn't have the ability.
So scared. He's just so scared to hit anyone.
No, he's not going to hit those. He's not hitting any holes. No holes will be hit by Guyton. Sorry.
God, you're
KJ
so
Hill.
inappropriate.
Sorry, I said it not planning to mean.
Incredible.
Just shut up. KJ Hill's similar, just slow, and can't reach the hole.
Right.
Won't hit it because he can't reach it.
Yeah. But I mean, there's really nobody else on the team to do that. So we need to find that person, do you think?
Or Nasir Adderley, like he did it a little bit there for a part of a season.
True.
And
I think he had the best
return
return out of all of them.
Right. It's like, and I know he's a starter. You don't always want to do that with your starting safety. I get that, but maybe
he was
on
also
occasion,
injured this last game too.
Yeah, he was
right,
out.
and he's hurt. Yeah, that's why you don't want to do it.
Right.
So yeah, I guess you gotta. I don't know. To me, it's like a guy that can catch a punt is good because most of them are fair cut anyways. And I don't want to return any kickoffs. Just put your hand up there, let the ball go through the back of the end zone, and let's go rock and roll. You know what I mean? Like to find that punt returner guy, I do feel like it's a tough spot. Because either you're giving up a roster spot for it, or you have to find that unicorn that you can also play in the passing game as a wide receiver, which just there's not a lot of them out there. So I think a guy that doesn't fumble punts and is willing to fair catch the kickoffs, that's the guy that we go with. As far as Kenneth Murray, I would absolutely love to see him coming off the edge here and there. I mean, we do it with Derwin. I don't know why we wouldn't at least mix it up and try it with Kenneth. Obviously, with injury depth or with injuries and depth at the linebacker position, I don't know if you can. I don't know if him and Drew will ever be healthy together. Kaiser has been kind of the Iron Man here. But yeah, I would love to see the mix up, like just try it here and there on a pass rush. I think he could be lethal. So I love the ideas. The thought is there. I would love to see it. It'd be exciting to see Kenneth down there on the edge.
There you go. Blonded Surfer. Thank you for asking the question. Let's move it on now to Shamelessly Positive Ryan, who asked the question.
Oh, that was a fucked up game, but we head into the motherfucking bye week 4-2. 11 more games left. What do you think Staley does on the motherfucking bye week to fix the motherfucking rush D? And what do you think our record will be for the rest of the motherfucking schedule?
I love that you don't even have to request a voice. You just write the script and we know exactly what you want.
Yes.
Done. Good work, Shamelessly Positive.
Thank you, Shamelessly Positive Ryan.
And also, he posted, Shamelessly Positive Ryan posted the picture of you and him shotgunning a beer at that Browns game. That was dope.
Video, yes. That was, I'm glad that he posted that because, yes, that was, I saw his buddy with the GoPro and it was like, I know there's going to be video somewhere. It's going to pop up
I'm proud of you. You did that pretty quickly, Bulldog. That was a good form. Good quality.
Thank you. Well, thank you.
Way to represent.
Thank you very much.
Way to represent.
I do what I can. I'm just one guy. All right. I'm just one guy.
Yeah.
All right. So let's see. 11 more games. No, it's not 11 more games. 10 more games. Oh, no, 17 games.
Yeah.
Okay.
I got you.
Look what you did there.
I forgot.
I forgot. All right. So 11 more games left. I mean, honestly, there's no reason why we can't win out on these games.
I think we're 12-5. I still think we're 12-5.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why. That's just the number I picked before the season. I think we're going to be, I think it's 12-5, and I think that's in the playoffs. And with the way the Chiefs are right now, they already got 3 L's. So we're going to play them another time, and I think we get that W too. So I think 12-5 or 13-4.
I'm going 13-4. I just think that's you win the AFC West with that. Easy, hands down, done. Call it a day.
I think you win it even better with 15-2. So
I like where you're going, Adam.
I'm just saying. I think you win it even better. So
it's even better win.
we get rocked by the Ravens, and Adam's like, well, it doesn't matter. We're not going to lose again.
15-2.
It's 15-2. It's 15-2 Call it, Kobe.
Call it, Kobe.
Thank you, Shamelessly Positive Ryan. Don't call it a comeback. Appreciate it. Let's move it on now to House of Hain, who asked the question.
This just in. The Chargers shit the bed, walls, and somehow the ceiling. One reporter has seen some at the top of the chimney. The ball's deflated a bit. Now only 2 seats to travel with. We seem to need this beatdown to come back stronger. Bring on the Pats. K love you, bye. Still in first place.
I'm shit everywhere.
Shit everywhere.
I'm super glad that the beatdown came the week before the Patriots and not at the Patriots again.
Right.
Yeah.
Like we got that wake up call. All right, let's go get healthy and please beat the Patriots.
Please.
I hate them so much.
8-pound, 9-ounce baby Jesus.
In your golden fleece diapers.
Yes.
Please beat the Patriots.
So yeah, there you go. House of Pain. We're with you. We'll clean the shit off. We'll get it off everywhere, and we'll come back. And,
we'll send in a shit crew. They'll clean it up, get it sparkly and
we got
fresh.
Those flushable wipes.
Hazmat
We're
suits.
good.
We'll spray some Febreze, and nobody will know the difference.
Yeah. 5-2.
There you go. House of Hate, thank you for asking the question. And we go out of Ask Boltfam with Salty Sports Guy, who asked the question.
I thought I'd be a lot more pissed, but I'm not. I guess your shameless positivity has rubbed off on me. My question is, what do you do in the bye week with no Charger football?
Awesome.
There you go.
Thank you. Well, I'm glad that our shameless positivity is helping you cope with that shitty fucking shit all over the walls loss.
Yes, one salty sports guy at a time is what we do with the shameless positivity. But it's a good question as far as it's a bye week. I can't even remember. We've done this multiple times now. I can't remember what we do during the bye week.
The same answer. I just try and I'm a better dad because I'm around on Sundays.
Oh, there you go.
So I'm just going to go be more involved with my family and maybe go to a pumpkin patch. Maybe do something that I don't really want to do, but my family wants to do. You know what I mean? Something like that.
How kind of you.
Yeah.
All right. Well, yeah.
I did see Senior Snappy sent, I don't remember how I got the information, but he's putting together like a watch party for Charger fans.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, at Carl Strauss in San Diego.
Here in San Diego. Yeah, it's like hey, we don't have a game to watch. Let's all get together and watch football.
I
and
love that. That's
continue on the Charger energy.
Right. I love that so much. You should definitely go. If you're not following Senior Snappy, go follow him and go do that. If you have,
root against the Chiefs, root against the Raiders, root against the Broncos. And have a good time with some Charger fans. I think it's cool. It's a cool idea to bring community together on the bye week too.
There you go.
So
it's become better football fans. Just go watch football and see what you can take away. And maybe you guys will have some hot takes going into this this Pats game that you can fill us in on.
Yeah.
On
So
the
if you're
next Ask Boltfam.
If you're in San Diego and you don't have anything to do on Sunday, and you're like, man, the bye week kind of sucks, hit up Senior Snappy on Twitter and find out where it's at and go enjoy some Charge fans.
Go check it out. Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Wish I was in San Diego.
Boy, I knowing that
because then you could not have to be a dad.
Wouldn't have to go to a stupid
you wouldn't have to have a bye week.
I go hang out with random people I don't even know and take that family.
I'm gonna.
Wow.
I am gonna actually.
That's all. Josie, if you're listening to this, I don't mean a thing that I just said.
Joke.
Please don't be mad at me.
She listens to the audio only, right?
Yeah, I don't think she gets past 30-minute mark.
It's a total joke.
Shit.
Yeah, knowing that I've got a Patriot game coming around the corner, I gotta fucking rest this voice so bad because
Adam's just like on the couch for 2 weeks. Like, I gotta get prepared. Just don't even get up.
I don't talk. I take a vow of silence. So that'll be my Sunday will be very quiet. But yeah, let's just watch some football and let's just cheer against everybody else. And because man, that would be awesome if we could see all the AFC West get one more loss and still maintain that number one position.
Oh, it would be sweet. Oh, it would be good.
D, all of the above.
Yes.
I want all of the above.
All of the above. All right, folks. Well, that is it for Ask Boltfam. Thank you, everybody that came out and asked questions.
Don't forget to go post on our post about who wants to go to this game with Wool Dog. I'm just telling you now. Somebody, you go take care of our boy and you get these free tickets.
Yes. 2 free tickets and a parking pass. Come with me to the Halloween game against the New England Patriots. Gonna be a good time.
Come with me and
you'll see the
Chargers full of imagination.
And
scoring TDs.
Okay, stop.
Drinking beer with Wool Dog. It's meant to be.
Aww.
Stop
it. All right.
Close this out, Adam.
I'm trying, dude. That's it for this.
Oh, wait, there's something else I wanted to talk about.
Did you?
What was it?
Yeah, was it politics?
Okay, love you, bye.
Yeah, so folks, with this being a bye week, we don't have any Bolt predictions to make. We'll do that next week going into the next game. So that will do it for us here at Charger Chat. Folks, don't forget to bolt up because we're ready for any squad, any place.
Okay, love you, bye.
Okay, love you, bye.
Okay, love you, bye.
And now, a word from our sponsors.
In the legs of a Kickmen, far away from here.
Hi, I'm Wool Dog. Will you be an angel for a helpless Kickman?
Every day, innocent Kickmen are abused, beaten, and neglected, and they're crying out for help. Please, call today and join the Chargers Home for Wayward Kickmen with a monthly gift right now. For less than the cost of a cup of coffee a day, you'll help rescue Kickmen from their abusers and provide medical care, food, shelter, and love. Call or join online in the next 30 minutes, and you'll receive this welcome kit with a photo of a Kickman in the Chargers Home for Wayward Kickmen right now. One who's been given a second chance, thanks to you. Right now, there's a Kickman who needs you. Your call says, I'm here to help. Please, call the Chargers Home for Wayward Kickmen right now.
In the